Okay. Made it back to my hotel. I was going to get an Uber, but then the wait was like half an hour, so I was like, I'm not about to be left out here waiting for a ride while the protesters continue to roll into town, so I decided to just go ahead and walk, only about a half mile. But I wanted to come on and talk about the spin we're already seeing with the mainstream media as far as how they're characterizing this rally, the turnout, the crowd size, and so on and so forth. So I was actually there, so I'm going to give it to you straight and keep it 100 with all of y'all. And if you jumped on if you already saw part of the stream on Facebook, I'm going to repeat myself a little bit, but still needs to be said. So the rally was a great time. A lot of people out there, a lot of people who were willing to stand out in the sun, 90 degrees, wait in line for hours just to go and see the president speak. And this is the first rally for a very long time, and we've been told for a very long time that it's okay for you to go out and protest and burn down your own communities and your own buildings, but it's not okay for you to go to a Trump rally because you love the president and this country. Now, you're seeing pictures circulated, and then I will tell you right now, I already posted to my story, you can go check it out right now for yourself, that the media chose to fix their cameras on a conspicuously empty area of the arena and pretty much keep their cameras there for most of it. It was on the second level. Obviously, anybody wants to be close to the president, so they're going to be on the first level, but the media is not really worried about that. They want to show you the empty seats because that shows this is a failure, and Trump's popularity is on the decline. But let's actually use our brains and think about the context, think about the climate around this rally, and actually think critically about this. So for the last 3 months, we've had this overt fear-mongering on the mainstream media's part about COVID-19, right? They were like, oh, well, we can't have large gatherings of people because that could help spread the virus, so we can't have that. Okay, so fine, great. No more big gatherings, right? But then as soon as it became politically expedient for there to be riots in the streets over the George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery situation and so on and so forth, not only was that ostensibly temporarily lifted, but so was the mask wearing too, because they're damn sure weren't everybody out there wearing masks during these riots and protests. And even if they were, the masks, as we already know, on the box itself, it says they're not effective against treating for COVID-19. So all the people walking around with these little dollar store masks thinking they did something productive, they're being useful idiots. But so that pretense of caution went right out the window the minute the media stood to gain by fomenting more anger towards the current president, anger towards our fellow citizens, anger towards the country as a whole. Saying it's okay if you want to go out and burn the flag and throw Molotov cocktails at the police officers, because we want that. That's what the media really wants. We have to start thinking about this and really understanding why they are going down this path. So think about this. Obviously, for me, I'm very blessed. I'm a large guy. These little Antifa twerps don't scare me at all. But as we've seen many, many times on video, these Antifa people, they mainly roam the street in packs like feral animals, picking on the most helpless, just like feral animals. We've seen videos surfacing of not just Antifa, but BLM as well, people going out and attacking the elderly, in attacking people who are handicapped or who are in wheelchairs and all. So we already know what their modus operandi is. And let's be honest, the common denominator of a lot of these protesters, I'm sorry to say, I'm just being honest with you, is low IQ. Let's just be honest. How do they have the wherewithal to organize protests of the magnitude that's going on right now outside without any outside help? The answer is they don't. So someone is behind the scenes pulling strings, financing stuff, because Tulsa is not the largest city in the world. Tulsa is in the middle of Oklahoma. This is the heartland. There's lots of open space out here. So why are there hundreds, if not thousands, of protesters, either who were already here earlier today or who are going to come tonight to protest and exact revenge over the fact that a rally went down here? Someone is organizing this who's very smart and very well heeled, who's able to mobilize these people to go in and have some sort of reason to riot in an otherwise, honestly, very quaint city that is Tulsa. There were not a lot of people out there earlier, but as the day went on, obviously because for them, it's too hard to go out and protest when it's super hot outside. At the Black Lives Matter protesters who were out there earlier, when I first walked into the group, honestly, And it was honestly a bunch of white people and some black people as well, but it was majority white people. Let's just keep it 100. I'm telling you what the mainstream media will not tell you. Majority white people holding their little signs, walking up and down the street, causing a scene, flipping off random people, just throwing insults or whatever, because that's the real brave thing to do, right? That really shows those fascists that you're a tough individual. So I saw all that before the rally started. But as I was in the rally, and as the sun began to set, more videos began to circulate on Twitter showing the tensions beginning to escalate, beginning to boil over. Which is part of the reason why, instead of me staying and enjoying the experience and all, as soon as the rally was over, I was like, I gotta get out of here, because this is gonna get worse very quickly. And if you're on the news, they're gonna be showing you the protesters and the rally individuals who are still out there on the streets getting into it. I'm just telling you what you're gonna see. And the thing is, for the media to characterize this rally purely by crowd size as a failure, without acknowledging that they are the main reason why people might be scared of showing up at a rally in the first place, because we've seen all the violence. We've seen former police officers like David Dorn get shot to death over some TVs and the looting. So the fear over what's going to happen if you're bringing your family or your loved ones to this event, when you know there's going to be wild, thuggish animals out in the streets doing whatever they want, breaking windows, throwing rocks, and attacking random people, it's well within your rights to say, I might not want to go and put myself in harm's way. For me, I'm crazy, so I'm going to do it no matter what, just because that's how I roll. But some people, I understand. There's some people who are the elderly, or people who are handicapped, people who have small kids. That's completely valid concern. And I'm never going to besmirch someone for actually thinking ahead in that vein. So, we're going to see more spin come out of all this. And what's really incumbent upon us is to not fall for it. And I feel like I say that a lot, but every single day you're going to have to fact check the media. The best way to know if they're being honest is to actually show up or be there yourself, or know someone who's there who can tell you exactly what happened, because we know the media can't be trusted to do that. And so that's why I'm glad I was able to go. Originally, I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it up here, but I'm glad I did, because there's nothing more personally fulfilling than actually showing support for a country that has done so much, not just for me personally, but for any citizen. We've been through a lot these last few months, but we've also seen some wins. We're seeing people start to go back to work. We're seeing things start to open back up. And as soon as that happens, what does the media spin? Oh, second wave is coming. So there always has to be some sort of manufactured controversy in order for them to maintain their ideological or mental control over the people that they're reporting the news to anymore, because there's no pretense of objectivity anymore. Anything and everything will be spun to hurt President Trump, to hurt any true patriotic person in this country, and to make you feel like you're totally alone and that you're crazy. We're not crazy people. I said I was crazy earlier just because you know me, I don't shy away from controversy, but the media, it should come as a personal affront to you when the media thinks they can just sell you this bill of false goods and you're going to keep accepting it. And more people are waking up. You would be surprised the number of not just African American people who were there at this rally tonight, but the number of Hispanic people who were there at this rally tonight, number of first-time rally attendees who were like, you know what, this is a great chance for me to go out and support my country. I'm all in. So we're still winning. I want to make that very clear. We're still winning, and I'm not just saying that to make you feel good. I'm saying that based on what I saw, based on the energy in that room, based on the speech President Trump gave, and especially based on the immediate spin. We are always going to get the most hatred and the most attacks when you're right over the target. And we know the left is running scared at this point. We know that, for the term, they are out of time. They have less than 5 months until this election is over. They're going to try to push for mail-in ballots still. They're going to try to fabricate a second wave. They're going to try to instill more fear. We're already seeing new edicts come down about mandatory mask wearing and all. It's going to happen. It's literally going to happen. I'm just telling you what to expect in the coming months, because they know they cannot win straight up. So that is what I wanted to just come on and talk to y'all about. I appreciate the comments coming in. Thank y'all all for the engagement. It was fun. Like obviously being out here, I sweat a lot today. I walked a lot today. My feet kind of hurt, but it's still worth it because anytime you have a chance to actually show support for someone who really does want to make America great, I believe as myself personally that I should always make time for that. So, um, yeah, I just wanted to break that down for you. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm a reporter myself because I feel like I'm more trustworthy and more pragmatic than they are, and I'm probably right. Let's be honest. I'm not even trying to be self-aggrandizing, but seeing literally, I had the news pulled up on my AT&T Uverse app. I had it pulled up, and I was literally sitting there watching the CNN's coverage, and I went over to MSNBC, I went over to Fox, I went to One American News Network, and I saw the same story start to emerge. That's why I wanted to come on here and get ahead of it and let you know what the real deal is, because you can't trust these fools anymore. And they are incredibly dishonest, incredibly condescending, incredibly disingenuous, and hypocritical to the core. And it's my job to tell you what really happened, so I'm going to keep doing it. So, hope you enjoyed that brief live. Just felt like coming on here and setting the score straight. But y'all have a great night. Pray for anyone who is still up here, still on the streets, or still trying to, get back to wherever they came from, because the tensions are escalating, which is why I made a point to get back here as quick as I could. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great evening. And if you have not yet seen the Uncle Tom film, go to www.uncletom.com. Check it out. It's only like $20. Money well spent. It's a fantastic documentary, and I'm in it too. Nice little side benefit there. But hey, I appreciate you guys, and I will catch y'all later. Y'all have a good night.